Breaking news as we come on the air today at 4. Right now, rescue teams are trying to free a man trapped under thousands of pounds of rubble at a construction site.
WDRB Stefan Johnson has been at the scene for hours, and Stefan, we're told it could be several more hours before they can pull that man out.
Right, and the fire chief will explain to us in just a few minutes why it will take so long for that. But across the street, there are more than a dozen first responders on the scene for this rescue effort. It happened at a construction site of what is going to be Louisville Commons. Now, this is a city project, and crews are demolishing a city-owned building that is going to be turned into a park. Right now, there again is one person who's currently being rescued. This happened just before noon today, and for the last several hours, first responders have been meticulously removing debris from around the victim. They formed a makeshift assembly line, and they're using buckets. You can probably see Neil Johnson. If you could zoom in a little bit, you can see one of the guys holding a bucket. They're using those buckets to remove rubble from out of the ditch. Officials say the victim fell 10 or 12 feet, but he is alert and communicating with first responders. Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill explains why they've not been able to pull the victim out just yet.
This is a very, very slow process. So you need to understand this might take another hour or 3 to gradually, because every time you shift anything, that can cause other things to happen within all that debris pile that they're moving to get to this person. Once we clear enough debris around his chest and arms so that we can start providing medical care, oxygen, intravenous fluids if we need, that'll happen. So we will we'll put a harness on that medic and get them to him as soon as there's enough space to do so.
And so we do know that that fluid, that IV fluid, has been lowered down with the medic to the victim inside that ditch. Right now, not sure how long it's going to take to get him out. We've also learned that the man who fell is a contractor, not a city employee. He also is Spanish speaking, so there's a language gap, but however, there is an interpreter here on the scene. Also want to let you know there are several trucks here. There's a fire and ladder truck. That's what it looks like they're using to lower something down to pull the victim out, but they've also just brought in a crane as well, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. Perhaps that is the backup plan. Again, as you heard the fire chief say, this could take several hours because they're being very meticulous and they want to make sure they don't make any sudden moves and cause this rubble to collapse. With photojournalist Neil Johnson, I'm Stefan Johnson, WDRB News.
All right.